Hello, guys. Happy Monday. How's it going? Week before Christmas. You guys all got, are you guys all off this week? I guess I know when I worked full time, this was always the week that I like took off to just enjoy Thanksgiving or Christmas, and my kids were always off. So it's been a fun day to kind of have the kids home today and this week. So I want to kick this call off. First things first is I want to talk all things January. So get your guys's. I don't know if you guys have brand new planners or if you guys want to just pull out a calendar. I will present a team calendar, and I'm happy to distribute between the teams. So between Jennifer's team that's joining us tonight, and then we've got Ashley's team. I will be distributing this PDF or this Canva link that you guys are all welcome to use and edit, because I know it is nice to update team pages if you have your own, with everyone, so that they can be in the know of what January looks like. But I also wanted to give you guys a big heads up. If you guys can make it, make sure to be on the call. So mark your calendars to be on the call on Wednesday at 10 a.m. if you can make it. Jess Dukes is going to be, and I'm pretty sure Natasha as well, is going to be going over the road to elite, which next year is going to be very, very important. So if you have goals, yes, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 10, 11, 12, 1 Eastern, noon Central. It's going to be a very, very important call for next year in 2023. I think I'm saying it right because it's always the year. Yes, it'll be 2023 goals, and that's the road to elite. So you guys probably have seen these floating around. And team builder, there is team or team leader, and then there's premier, and then there's elite. So this is going to change. There's rules that's going to be changing next year. And helping you guys. I think the biggest thing that I love Beachbody did about changing these rules and why is because not only do we want to help you guys getting to Diamond, but we want to help you guys growing team, which in turn is going to be helping you guys grow your income. And so that's kind of the focus for next year, is kind of putting more of an emphasis behind the road to elite, because that's truly how you're going to build teams and your income. So I'm excited. So they're going to go over qualifications for those tiers on the elite ladder is what they call them. How to gain points, because it's based off of points and certain things to qualify for these for next year that will help your team. So really, really going to be important to understand all of that. So that's Wednesday. And then next week on here, you guys, is we were wanting to put together a vision board party. So if you guys have big dreams again in this business for next year and have never done a vision board, or maybe you have a vision board that you want to update, I will be putting together specifics around like what we're going to do on the call. I would love for you guys to come with your board, maybe some ideas, and maybe start brainstorming now of what your goals are and what you want on that board, maybe getting some things ready. Again, I'll put all the specifics together of what that call is going to look like, so you know exactly what you need to come with prepared. It would be nice to be sitting on the call, either talking about them or either sharing them or just putting them on the board. So I'll make sure to get that together and give that to you guys before, give you well advanced notice to know what to become prepared for, so that we can do that for next week. Is everyone good with that? And then it'll be the new year. So crazy. So tonight I wanted to talk about January and talk about what that looks like, how I plan my month out. I think that's the most important thing. Is it's nice to have a game plan. It's nice to know ahead of time what you're inviting to, what do you need to be talking about on social media, what kind of things should you be marketing. When we all are CEOs of our own businesses, we're all bosses, and so every boss should have a game plan, right? Like every CEO should know a month in advance what is going on, what should you be promoting to each week, what should you be inviting to. I think that's an important one. And I want you guys to all make sure you have groups to be inviting to. So I know No, she's not on. Okay, so I know I was talking with Emily earlier, and it sounds like everybody, raise your hand if you have a boot camp for January that you know of. And I should see everyone's hand. If I don't see a hand, I will talk to you or message me, and we need to make sure you have a group. Because we want to make sure you guys should be, so as of right now, you guys should all be inviting to your January boot camp. That is my focus right now. We are going into Christmas this week, and then next week is New Year's. And so really shifting into getting ramped up for January and starting to invite to it. So, so when you have a boot camp too, I think the biggest thing when inviting to it, and I know personally, if I don't even have the group open, it feels weird inviting to it. So for one, you guys should all have a boot camp that you have ready to go. Number two, is it open? I think that's the second thing, is have you actually gone over to Facebook, created the group so that you feel like you need to fill it? I know that's the biggest thing when I shifted my business into making sure to hit Success Club every month, was making sure that that group is open before it even starts, before even prep week starts, so that I have something to invite to. And I know when I physically have a group that is open, ready to be filled, that is when I feel like I can invite to it. So you guys should all right now have a boot camp that you're inviting to for the new year. And if you guys have not yet opened it, I highly suggest going and opening it, getting all of the ladies that are doing the group with you, at least the admins, at least the coaches, into the group right now. Have it open so that it just feels like you can now start inviting to it. You can now start filling it up. And then I personally am starting my prep week next, or on the 27th. So, which I think is next week. Let me open up my calendar. So I am getting ready by the end of this week to start sending out welcome emails to my challengers so that they have a welcome email and a link to a group that they are added to by the end of this week, so that we can kick off prep week next week. So next week is my prep week, and then I will officially begin my January boot camp on Monday, January 3rd. So that is my game plan going into at least the beginning of January with the January boot camp. And I'm going to share my screen now and show you guys the calendar that I've put together for you guys. And again, I'm happy to share this with you guys if you guys need a actual like calendar to update and change every month. Let's see if I can expand this. Here we go. There we go. So this is a look at January. You guys can, this is all editable. It's on Canva. So I'm happy to share this if you guys need it. And there's a couple things I forgot to take off, but that's okay. But here we are. We're starting to invite to January boot camp. And I officially on my calendar have my January boot camp starting on the 3rd. And my prep week will be going through the end of this week. That being said too, I'm probably putting together a game plan of how I'm going to announce my next group in my current boot camp to share, letting them know that they can, these girls that are ending my December boot camp, I'll probably be posting about Wednesday, the last week of my December group, letting them know that they can join with a minimum order of 50 PV to get into my next group. And then I will be shifting them over. But usually I just let my new girls go through prep week and let them go through getting started right, and then help all of my other girls get into the group. Do you guys feel free to ask questions at any time if you guys want. And hopefully I can see the comments. I hate this. I can't see the comments or the comment, but so then as soon as January boot camp kicks off, everyone will be shifted into January. I'm going to stop this for a sec. Does that make sense on how I kind of transition from December to January's group? And a lot of my December girls, in that, oh, yes, please share the calendar. I will. And also, you guys, like, I do which I'm happy to share with any of you guys. I do a announcement of my January group the last week of December. And I ask my girls to drop their order number in the comments below so that I'm not chasing down orders. I think that's hard, is when we have to go through and look at everyone's orders in our back office. Makes it very difficult, and I let them know of their options. So again, anyone that wants to join my January group, as long as they have an order of 50 PV, so that could be Shakeology, that could be their home direct order of Performance Line, that could be Peppermint Mocha. There's lots of options they have right now to activate them or get them jumped into January. They could be grabbing job one. So if they purchased a challenge pack in November, they purchased a challenge pack the month before in November, I believe it is, they can get job one for 50% off. So there's a promo code for that. So you could have them grab job one to jump into January. So it's nice that right now we have a lot of options. They could join us for a 3-day refresh. That's 52 PV. There's a lot of options, and you guys, I have like an image that I will share that you guys are welcome to use that shows all the things that they can grab. And then I'll have them in that comments of that post, drop their order so that we all know that they ordered and they're ready to continue. And if I don't see my girls comment on that post, I will tag them in that post and say, are you joining me? Or I will hunt them down because I want them to join us in January. That's kind of a lot of the work that I do in the last week. But it doesn't hurt you guys now to start getting people's plans together for the new year. We have Christmas, we have New Year's. So I feel like my girls are already starting to ask me, because I keep talking about my January group right now in my stories. What's your game plan, Jenna? So that they all want to do job one with me. So that's a big reasoning why, I wanted to do job one again in the New Year's, because all the girls wanted to do it with me. So, so I've been really promoting job one and trying to get everyone job one challenge packs or accessory bundles or a 3-day refresh, and get them into January and join us. So there's lots of options right now for you guys. If you guys have people who are inactive right now, this is a really good time too to start going through your inactive list and saying, January's around the corner. Do you have plans to join me in the new year? So this is what I'm doing, is I'm going through all of my follow-ups right now. I am hitting up anybody who's inactive to get them activated and get them ready, because you guys got to think too, it takes about 5 to 10 days to get their stuff in their hands. So if they want to join you in the new year, especially if they want to do like a 3-day refresh, or if they want to do job one, like they need to be ordering now, and especially with shipping delays. So I have just been going through my list this week, and I'll still be through next week, of making sure everyone has been invited to join me in January, because January is such a big month and everybody is like ready to go, ready to get started and have a great 2020 kickoff. So January should be your focus right now. Do you guys have any questions around that so far? I want to make sure everyone's clear on how that transition from December going into January works, because I know we have some new coaches on here too. So feel free to always reach out to your own girls, but there will be also a post that goes in the group, but I probably wouldn't wait for that post. I would be reaching out to them now, seeing what their plans are for January, because the holidays are just crazy. And if they want to have it in their hands, they should be grabbing things now. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. For some reason, the chat disappears when I do a full screen, Jennifer, unless there's a different way. Do you know how to see the chat when you're sharing? No. Okay. So Jennifer's going to unmute herself if she sees something in the chat. Okay, so let's go back to the calendar. And okay, guys, so on your January calendars, you guys, every Monday night, you guys should be putting 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time team call. That happens every night. Hopefully Ashley will be back to be able to join us soon. But obviously respecting her time and letting her decide when she's ready to come back. So, but I will be hosting a team call every night at 5 p.m. every Monday here on this link going forward. And then I would love if you guys have any ideas. You guys are welcome to have a topic or want something. If you want to learn something, like please pass that on to your coach or message. Feel free to message me. I'm always open to ideas. Sometimes I forget what you guys need as a veteran coach of 5 years. Sometimes I forget little things that you guys might need, if it's social media or if it's some certain training. Like please let me know, and I'm happy to put that on the calendar for January. But every night at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Wednesday, we change the Emerald call to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So those are really awesome calls if you guys can catch, if you're an Emerald or above, or holding Emerald active status. They are really, really good calls. We talk about mindset, we mastermind. But that is an important call to be on. And if you guys aren't able to make that, there's always the recording posted in the Emeralds page. It's called the Emeralds HQ. If you are not a part of that group, go get a part of that. Jess posts all the recordings, and it's always, I remember when I worked full time and I couldn't make some of these calls, I would literally watch all of the team calls on my way home because I had an hour drive. I would put my headphone in, or I would play it over my speaker in the car. And I would literally just listen to team calls because it's truly a way to stay connected and to get to learn things. And you'd be surprised at the things I even still learn on these Emerald calls from hearing other coaches ask questions or bring up topics. So that's an important one that should be on your calendar. And then also you guys should start planning ahead at some coaching webinars or coaching sneak peeks. And I know Jess and Jennifer are going to be putting one together the end of this month. They invited you guys all to join. If you guys want to jump into that one, they're also putting a chat together to learn about how they promote coaching, how they talk about it, the idea behind the 3-day sneak peek that they're going to be putting together, which is, let me look at my calendar again. It's December 29th, 30th, and 31st, I believe. Is that correct, Jennifer? So they're going to show you guys exactly how they run a 3-day sneak peek. They're going to be doing all of the videos. They're going to be sharing their story. And this is a perfect time, you guys. If you're not a part of it, go get a part of it. Go join the chat. I think you had to just comment on the video that Jess did in the Team Fearlessly Fit page. And they're going to show you exactly how to run a successful sneak peek. That being said, this is your chance to learn the videos. Learn what they say, see how they talk about it, see how they promote it, and be talking about it as well on your stories and breadcrumbing about coaching. Coaching and growing your team is a big part of how you build an income in this business. Yes, you can bring on many challengers, but the true way to build a solid income in this business is to find business builders. And it's so much more fun, you guys. Having a team of women who want to do this beside you is seriously what lit my fire 4 years ago when I started building my own team, was finding women who were like me, who wanted to do this with me. And ever since, like, that is seriously mentoring women in this business is I do love my challenge groups, and I do love helping women see success, but usually the girls that see success in this business with weight loss and in my challenge groups are who turns into coaches. So it's a win-win for me, because then I get to help mentor them in this business, and they want to start working the business themselves. And that's truly where you're going to build an income in this business. So learning how to talk about the business, learning how to share about the business, learning how to run sneak peeks, which is a really, really great way to show people about this opportunity. So then in January, you guys are going to be running coach sneak peeks of your own. So I would prepare yourself. I would highly suggest to go jump into that sneak peek in the chat. And then in January, put a couple dates on the calendar for a coach sneak peek. I have it on here because I just threw it on here. I don't know if these are my exact dates yet, but I know that every month I'm running at least 2 coach sneak peeks, and you guys should too. And you guys should plan for that. So, so once you guys get a hold of this calendar, figure out what works best for you. I know the 3-day coach sneak peeks work really well. I also know a coaching webinar has done really well for me as well. So if you don't feel so comfortable of running a 3-day coach sneak peek, it can be as simple, you guys, as jumping on Zoom with a few of your current clients and just talking to them about what you love, why you joined, and why you think they should join. And it's really, truly as simple as that. I've done that with several of my newer coaches before, and it was very successful because it was a very intimate setting. It was us jumping on Zoom, truly sharing about this business and why they should do it with us. So, you know, just because 3-day coach sneak peeks work really well for some of us, like Jess and Jennifer and whoever else, maybe that's not your style. You know, that's the thing about this business is we get to do what we want, you know, like we get to do what feels best with us. So if you guys have some challengers who are crushing it, go set a date, jump on Zoom, talk to them about the business, and it can be as simple as that too. But I know too, like 3-day coach sneak peeks are really simple way to do it. You can go live at any time of the day that works best for you. Doesn't have to necessarily be at night. And you guys, once you get a group open and have that 3 days, you can continue to use that group for the rest of the month. So after we run a 3-day coach sneak peek in a Facebook group, we continue to recruit to it. Anybody else who's interested in the business, it's easy to put them into that video, tag them in the videos, and you have them for future use. Okay, so that's the great thing about, but even if you did do a coach webinar, send them the recording. You know, you should be always inviting to the business, especially if you guys have rock star challengers in your boot camps. Like every time I see a challenger loving my group, killing it, showing that she's showing up every day, that she's getting results, I immediately am reaching out to her saying, girl, have you ever thought of coaching? And normally it's, oh my gosh, I have, but I'm too nervous to do the business. And then it's from there, oh my gosh, let me go pop you into my group. You can learn all about it. She can watch the videos on her own. She'll hear my story, how I was nervous too at the beginning. And she can get a true feeling for what coaching is about. Because I don't think people really understand what we do or what this is about until we actually share it. So these are awesome opportunities that you guys should have. Like I want everyone to have at least 1 or 2 coach sneak peeks on their calendar in the month of January. So you guys should plan on that, especially if you're in this business to run it. And feel free to, like, you know, I know I'll be running it with some of my girls. So, you know, if some of you guys want to get together, I'm sure Jennifer's running some with her coaches. And so Ashley's team, like, please let us know if you guys, you know, want to do one together or if you need help or whatever, but we're always happy to help. But just plan, like this should be part of your business. Growing your team consists of helping people want to start coaching as well. You guys should be growing your teams. You guys should all have some, whether it's diamond or 1-star or 2-star on your vision board for next year, or 5-star elite. This is a huge part of getting there, is finding business builders. And the only way to get them and to really share about the business is to put a coach sneak peek on your calendar. And then also you guys kind of have a game plan. So you know when to be talking about it, when you should be opening up. I would give yourself a good week to be just like our boot camps. I give myself a good week or 2 to be inviting to it. Coach sneak peeks, you should give yourself a good week to be breadcrumbing about it. You know, usually if I'm running it, let's say we're running it a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I would use all of this week to be breadcrumbing, talking about coaching, dropping little subtle hints about what coaching's about, showing them what I'm doing, talking about team calls, talking about the community. And then, you know, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'd be doing a huge call to action in my stories. And you guys, you're welcome to use this calendar to put little notes. You know, I always, oh, that won't let me edit it here. But I always, let's go back up here. If you guys want, you guys can totally do this. Here, let's just zoom in. Woo. There we go. So if I have a coach sneak peek this week, you should probably be putting something on your calendar about this time to start talking about coaching, to start breadcrumbing about it, to start sharing about the opportunity and doing call to actions in your stories. And let's see, do you guys have any questions so far? No, I'm sorry, that retreat was like 2 years old. Do not mind the retreat. I forgot to take that off of my calendar. But these are things you guys can start planning ahead. And it's nice to have a game plan, you know, especially when it comes to things like boot camps, sneak peeks, even if you're thinking of running like a free, week long group, put that on your calendar and give yourself, I always give myself a good solid week. Recruiting to my boot camp, I'm always inviting, but like when it comes to a sneak peek or when it comes to, a free group, you guys should be inviting and promoting it the week before. So you should have that game plan of this week I'm promoting, my 3-day sneak peek. This week I'm promoting a free group. This week I'm promoting this. And so that when you go into that week, what you need to be talking about. What do you need to be showing up on your stories for? What kind of graphics do you need to be making for a call to action? For coaching webinars, I love doing the call to actions with like photos of me as a brand new coach and like writing my story out. You can make them in Canva, and I love posting those on the weekend leading up to a coach sneak peek because it shows them my story and it walks them through how I got started. And it's just a really cool way to show about coaching. So, I need to make sure that Canva is ready to go. I need to make sure I'm posting it on Sunday night. Am I ready to go for the week? Have I scheduled time to go live in my team or my group? So all of those things that can be really helpful and planned ahead. Okay, so who's going to commit to a sneak peek in January? I should see hands up. And I know there's a lot of new coaches on here, but you guys, there's no better time than January to just start doing this stuff. And again, this is where, definitely, get together with other coaches. I run all of my things with either my coaches or other coaches that I run groups with. So, even you guys, if it's as simple as jumping on a Zoom webinar and talking to some potential coaches who are interested in this business. This is where jumping into Jess's sneak peek this next week and seeing how she talks about things. She's very, very strategic when it comes to talking about certain things. She mentioned Success Club. She talks about signing 3 people so that her coaches, these girls, when they're signing up, they know and are prepared. Is like Success Club's not going to shock them. Signing 3 people is not going to shock them because they know going into this business that that's just the expectations as a coach of signing 3 people every month. So there's certain things she does and certain ways she talks about things. Also, I know Jess came into this business for the income. She was head over heels in debt. She was living in a small apartment. So a big part of her story is sharing about sharing and wanting to leave her corporate job. She was exhausted, tired, drove far away, wanted to be home with her kids. She always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So a lot of her Instagram and her breadcrumbing is talking about those things because those are her people. So those are things that you guys need to think about. Why did you join this business? What drew you to this business? For me, it was the accountability. I had no idea what the income had no idea there was income or what the potential in income was at the time, but it was accountability. It was that thing that I needed to succeed at my weight loss journey and keep it off for good, so your story is a huge part of your journey. And those are things that you can put together and start strategically thinking about so that when you are breadcrumbing and you're getting ready for that next coach sneak peek, these things are things you can be talking about on your stories. And so I know that she is going to be sharing a lot about that. I know a lot of you are probably here saying, well, I don't even have a team of my own. I don't even have business builders of my own. Like, how am I supposed to be talking about coaching? Well, you're here and you have a team and you have an income, you guys, the littlest things are what help people to this business or drive people to this business. If you think about it, you probably didn't join because you knew your coach. I know for me, I had no idea Jess was successful in this business. I had no idea she was close to making 6 figures at the time. I just knew for me, if I could make a couple $100, that's all that I cared about. I just wanted to go to Target and not have my husband ask me what money I spent. That was my only amount of money that I wanted to make in this business was $200 every month to either cover my products or be able to go to spend at least $100 or $200 at Target. So, okay, let's say 300 was like my goal the first few months. And you guys, like, that's truly what people care. Like, that's all people care about right now is they join because they know that there's a little bit of income they can be making on the side. They join coaching because they could help their friend get started. They join coaching even knowing they can make $50. Like, in the beginning, it's not about having massive things, having all these awards, being a top coach. Like, people are going to join you for what you have to offer and because they could be making a little bit of income on the side. And that's truly all you could share about. And yes, Jennifer, community accountability. There's so many reasons. Extra spending money, like people would die to have like $50 to be able to go get their nails done every week. Like that was one of my goals too. I was like, I want to be able to make enough to be able to go get my nails done. My husband is always super strict with our budget. Whatever money I made, it went straight to bills and it went straight to savings, or it went straight to, which I'm grateful for, but I never had spending money of my own. I would never be able to go to Target and spend extra money on anything. He was very, very strict with our money. And so coaching to me was that extra income I could have. And that might be to that other person. So those are things you guys could talk about. And those are the people that you're going to attract. And those are the, if it's community, like maybe you didn't have a bunch of girlfriends. Maybe you saw us all going to Arizona and you're like, I want to be there because I see those trips and I'm like, I'm going to be there. I will not miss those trips. And so maybe that's what it was for you, is you want to be a part of the community. You want to go on trips. You want to travel. You want to be able to go to Super Saturday or whatever, which actually I need to put that on my calendar, is Super Saturday. But think about like why you joined this business. And those are the things you guys can be breadcrumbing about. Those are the things that you guys can be talking about. That's what's going to attract people to this business. And you guys should be talking about it often. Yes, you guys should be sharing your workouts. Yes, you guys should be you guys should be doing call to actions about your boot camps, but coaching is a big part of this business too. And I think that's something that we're really going to shift into in 2022. And I know I want to help a lot of you guys is truly find business builders of your own, because that's when this business gets fun. That's when you start growing a true team. That's when your income starts growing. It's when you build a team of your own. But in order to do that, you do got to run Coach Sneak Peeks, or you've got to offer the business at some point. And the only way to do that, I know for me, is running Coach Sneak Peeks, because it makes me want to invite to it. It makes me want to invite my challengers who are killing it and have a place to put them in, to be able to show them what this business is all about. Okay. So that's the game plan. So you guys can join Jess's. Really, I would take that week to really, really dive into that group, watch every single video. And she even was like, take notes, like write notes, because one of those videos might be your videos that you might have to talk about what it costs to coach, how we make income. And I know the only way I got better at those videos was watching them and doing them myself, and taking notes. And trust me, I still go back to old videos and old sneak peeks to like take notes and see what I need to share more about. Or what videos did well, what coaches did I sign a bunch up that month in that group? What did I say? What things we're always reevaluating the things that we say or the things that we share to make better improvements. But you guys are going to be running Coach Sneak Peeks in January. Okay. So prepare for it now. And so that you guys can learn how to talk about it, learn how to breadcrumb about it, and then learn how to help run a group of your own. Okay. And I know for my girls who are on this call, we will be doing one in January. We'll have to put something on the calendar. And I'd love, even if you guys are able to post your story, because, there's usually 3 days, 3 videos. And that's the thing. Like if you guys can get a group of girls to do it together, it's nice to be able to split up the videos, split up the stories. And even if you just post, your transformation with your coach story, that your face is seen in the group. So when you add prospects to it, they're able to see who you are and that you're a part of this group. So be ready for that. Jennifer, do you have anything else you can add that I missed? Or
I think you did great, but you guys should totally come join the sneak peek that Jess and I are doing, even if it's to watch, take notes, and plan your own videos for next time. But
you have the group open yet or not yet?
We have it open. I just don't think we've added anybody to it yet.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to share the link with me and I can pass, or you can pass to Ashley's team?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Or we're just, yeah, that would cover everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, and that's seriously how I learned how to run them. Was to watch other people do them and see how they say it and present the business, because I think that's a big part of this business, is helping you guys find challenge, find people who love this as much as you do and start building a team of your own. And it's seriously the coolest. And one day you'll be hosting team calls like this. And even if you have like business builders, or they're welcome to come to these calls. Like, don't feel like you have to do everything on your own. Like, that is why we do these big team calls, and we've added a couple other coaches to these, is so that we can all kind of come together and help each other. And the more the merrier. I love seeing more faces on this call. So I don't mind. So, okay. Do you guys have any other questions? Is there anything I didn't cover? Is there something else that doesn't even relate to January planning? But also, you guys, like, get ready to do a vision board party next Monday is what we're thinking. I would love, even if it was that we came there and did some more, I'll put together more specifics. And Jennifer, I don't know, were you guys planning on doing one, or did you want to do one next Monday?
Doing one for what? Sorry.
A vision board party, or I mean, we could push it out more. That's the 27th.
For the vision board party?
Yeah, it would be a next Monday.
I want to say Jess is doing like a team wide one.
Is she? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Do you know what the date is?
Don't. I know she mentioned it on the Emerald call, but my kids were awake, so I did not.
No, you're fine. We will figure that out of if it's Monday or a different date, because if Jess is doing one too, it would be nice to sit in on that one. But
I actually think it's Wednesday. Isn't the Emerald call? I think it's next week.
Oh, so the 29th?
Yeah, I think because I listened to it. I wasn't able to make it, but this week.
Planning one first, I think, where she tells you like what a vision board is, how to plan for it.
And then next week is the vision board call, is what I got.
To invite girls into the January boot camp, when would, if they had to order products to be in the group? So yeah, so for January, as long as they get their order in before we get started. But I would highly suggest them ordering it now, because they can get their stuff in time. So to have their Shakeology, to have everything. But I would even so for my groups at least, I usually am still inviting to January up to about the 10th of the month. So think now till the 1st of the month is let's get Success Club. Let's make sure I get as many people in as soon as possible. And then once January hits, I'm still inviting to January, because they can still join. They can still jump in. They can grab their packages. Maybe it's people who are waiting until January to hit to be like, oh yeah, I should probably go order that package. That's okay though. So people can still, I usually still am inviting up to about the 10th of January is when I say, okay, now anybody who orders from me, I'm hoping by then I can hit Success Club, get my Success Club points, and then I'm going to hold off, or then I'm going to switch gears, invite to February, and hold off on putting people in the group until my February group opens, if that makes sense. So I'm always inviting, every single day I'm shooting off invites. It's just a matter of, okay, am I into January? Is it too far in to where they feel like, yeah, it's probably a little late in January to actually get them started and have a full month of enjoying the group, if that makes sense.
And just remember, people get access to pretty much everything they need immediately. So even if they their package, they can start watching the 2B Mindset video. They can start trying workouts. I mean, I have an ongoing group, so I'm adding people all month long, and they jump in as soon as they sign up. So you can sign somebody up and give them immediate access to most of what they need.
Yep, exactly. Okay, I have the same question. Oh, does anyone know what the MYX deal is going to? Does anyone know what the MYX deal is going to be after Christmas? I don't. I think they extended the sale though right now. I saw something floating around that they wanted to extend the sale. I know there's a sale going on right now. And you guys, to be honest, like it's probably $100 difference between if someone bought it back with Black Friday. Like I bought mine before the Black Friday sale and it was only $100 difference, which, okay, it's $100, but you know, like I would have rather have got mine sooner anyways. So I feel like there's always been some sale going on. I don't know necessarily though after the Christmas one. Okay, Missy, this is totally off topic. Trying to help a friend to get set up with your total solution package, collagen, and she's going to Google it. I have given her all the deets for the site and the ingredient list and asked for, is there something else you would help her move her along? Okay, so question, why is she hesitant, I guess? Do you know why? I mean, I know you said she's like ingredient searching and all of that.
Yeah, she has like crazy allergies, which
Okay.
I've actually she's been a customer of mine in the past. So I know that she has crazy allergies, but she has the ingredients list. So I'm not really sure what the holdup is at this point. So I messaged her and said, you know, let me know what you're specifically looking for and I can try to help you point you in the right direction. And she said, okay, give me the week. So I did send her, you know, no pressure on my end, but
Yeah.
just so you know, shipping times are about 5 to 10 days to get product in hand. So anyway,
use that one.
boys just got home from hockey.
Yes, I think the biggest one that I've been telling all of my girls is, well, I want them to start, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I start something, like I'm such an all-in type of person. Like I'm like, I need everything ready to go. I need to know everything. And so like to get started on January, like I would want my Shakeology. I would want to make sure I have, not that they can't, you know, like they can jump into January 1st, do workouts, follow the meal plan and get ready. But I feel like I would want to have like everything ready to go. So like, that's what I've been put with all of my girls. I'm like, you got to grab it now. The other thing is I'm not sure if she knows this, but like with the 160 package, like I truly look at this as they're getting supplements for free. Like between Beachbody on Demand for $99 and the value of To Be Mindset, you guys, the value of To Be Mindset, when we used to about a year or so ago have to add on nutrition. So right now they get it, they pretty much get it part of the package. But we used to have to add on To Be Mindset. It's $100 value to get the nutrition plan. And they get two. Yes, we only use To Be Mindset. But so the value in packages are truly the 160. And so my biggest focus when I'm helping girls like sign up, it's either they're unmotivated to work out, so they need the community, they need the push from the group, or they need help with nutrition. Like my focus isn't a lot around supplements. Yes, I feel like it's an added bonus, but I truly believe that nutrition is what people need. It's the workouts that they need. And the supplements, yes, they work. I love Energize. Recover is truly what's helped me build muscle with everything that's in Recover. Like I really feel like I wouldn't have the results I do without Recover and Energize and Shakeology. So Shakeology is my multivitamin, but like the nutrition plan is truly where the value's at. And so I focus a lot of my conversations around those two things. And if someone tells me I can't have this or I can't have that, I pretty much say, well, you're pretty much getting Shakeology for free, or you're pretty much getting the Performance Line for free. So maybe your husband can use it or whatever, if they have like a reasoning they can't drink it. But I don't know if that helps, but that's always usually my like go-to when I'm having a lot of my conversations. And I'm curious, it'd be interesting to see what she's, you know, what her hesitation with which products she truly has.
You and me both. Like trying to pull teeth, getting information out of her. So
yeah, and it might just be, I truly believe like people who are hesitant, they're just not sure if it's truly going to help them or something. Like there's something else behind it too, you know? I don't know.
yeah. She's like totally sold on the workouts.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, what is like, let's go.
Well, it may
the
be
nutrition.
the
So
cost that she's hesitant then.
I don't know. Honestly, because she was happy about the cost too. So
Oh, well then maybe she's been busy.
maybe that's all I can get.
Do you have any more $10 coupon codes?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was gonna say with those, I'd be like, well, I only have a few left. You know, if you want to grab this, you know, I've got other people. I don't know. Just any way you can kind of create like a little bit of urgency.
Right. That was, I tried that with the shipping times. I have not heard back yet, so we'll see.
Okay,
Stay
keep
tuned.
trying. Let's see.
I will.
What was-
Thank you.
Oh yeah, because so ShareCart will like individually break down each individual item. I don't know if you guys have seen that, and it starts at like $456 or something insane, and it'll say like how much everything individually. If they were to go in and purchase like individually each of those things, it's way more. Which I've never paid that much for all that, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I pretty much am like, you're getting Shakeology for free. Like I'm gonna start saying, I'm gonna add in Shakeology for you. Technically, we're not doing that, but it sounds nice. Did anyone have a ton of men reach out about programs? Oh, that's funny. Are you using hashtags by chance?
It's my reels and it's.
Are you using hashtags on your reels though?
I have a couple sometimes.
So I would go back and see if it's certain hashtags. I know with like, do you use 75 hard hashtags?
These are men that are like on my Facebook page or already on my Instagram. So
you already know them.
I should know. I don't know them personally, but they're the ones that are reaching out. So I'm like,
oh,
how do we sell to men but not get them into our women's groups?
So actually, I've had a couple coaches who like their husbands join or their dads, and then they have like friends and guys joining. I don't know. Like I personally, I don't mind men joining our groups. I've never put like a hard no on it. But to be honest, like I just don't think men would enjoy our groups, if you know what I mean. Like I just don't think I feel like men and the way that they show up and the accountability that they need is not groups and showing sweaty selfies. It's men probably need a chat on the side that's talking about products or what lift they did or what program, or like it's just such a different it's a different way of like we do things totally different. So I think that's where it's like, yeah, I don't mind men joining our groups, but are they going to like it? I don't know if they're going to truly enjoy a bunch of moms sweaty selfies and like talking about the things that we talk about. So again, like I know Darcy had a guy join this past month that found her on social media. It was actually someone that reached out to her, and she ended up signing up, and maybe it's checking in with them once a week. I don't think they necessarily need the groups. Can they sign up? Heck yeah. But do they necessarily need our Facebook groups? Probably not. Maybe it's something where you put them on a reminder where you just kind of check in with them weekly for a month and then call it good. Like at least support them through that month. And then, because we do have great programs for guys. Beachbody is totally, I'm on a call. I know I'm on a call. I mean, we've had husbands that join and they're friends, so like Beachbody is for men and women. It's just a matter of, I don't necessarily know if our groups are for them, and there's a different way to truly help them and support them in different ways, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, if they want to buy a challenge pack from you, yeah. Go for it.
It might just be my niche. I don't know.
Hey, well, I would make sure it's not your hashtags and being more specific to your hashtags.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's getting a little more specific with your hashtags of who you are and who you want to attract, if it, women more. I don't think you're necessarily doing anything on purpose to like attract men. It's just, maybe we can look at, that. I don't know. It's just interesting. Hey.
It's 16.
Okay. Oh yeah, Mel had some quitters in the group. But again, I don't think it's us. I don't think it's anything we're doing wrong. I just think it's not for men. Like men could go, you know, if we had like a men Facebook group, it would be completely different. I mean, I'm a part of the 75 Hard Facebook group, and the things that men talk about or the questions that they talk about are totally different from what we talk about. So it's just a different, it's just, men and women are so different. That's why too, like, I don't even know how I would help a man. I just don't know their body as well as I know women's bodies. Not saying that I wouldn't ever, you know, like if someone wants to buy a challenge pack with me, I would be fine to, I think I sold a male as a challenge pack that I didn't know, but it's just hard to help them, if you know what I mean. Of course, I know those are weird. Yeah, Darcy signed one up last month. He was really nice too, because we had to get him to switch. We had to get him to switch placement between her and her husband for hitting diamond. He was like so kind.
Like 5 times.
Yeah, we had to have him resubmit it because he didn't do it right. Oh, it was awful. That was fun. That was fun. The fun parts of quals. Okay, well, if you guys, do you guys have any other, does everybody know or does everyone know what group you should be inviting to for January? I guess that's the question. Okay, and everybody who's joining me, we already have our group open. If you guys don't, if you're Jennifer's team, I don't know if everyone's joining your group. If you're Ashley's, I think everyone, is it true everyone on here that's Ashley's team, do we have you guys covered? Please speak up if not. That you guys have a group, because we want to make sure you're supported. But make sure to get that group open, you guys, because that is key to, for me personally, like I need the group open to feel like I know what I'm inviting to. Like I went and posted the welcome post and everything today. So if you're on my team, we can start at least sending, I'll give you guys the welcome email to start sending to your girls so that they can start requesting access to the group. I won't let them in till Monday of next week. Usually I like everyone just kind of in the waiting room, and then Monday we kind of let everyone in and start welcoming themselves together. That's kind of how the flow usually works. But I know a lot of you guys are starting to invite for job one. If someone's in December and they want to do job one in January, definitely getting them into the group now so they know that they're, because I've had a bunch of girls ask if they can join me for job one in January. So I want them to feel like they're going to be in January. I just don't want to quite get them over there till we send that welcome email. Okay, so I'll share that with you guys. But yeah, thanks for coming. If you guys know where to find us. Hopefully this helps. And I am happy to distribute that calendar too, if you guys need a calendar for your team pages and things like that. And you guys can update it with all of your January happenings and things going on, and your Super Saturdays and all that. So, okay. Do I invite? So all of my girls, you guys are welcome to join my January group. So we'll be putting together that, and I'll get you guys all the links. So yes. Okay. All right. Bye guys. Have a good night.